So today I thought it was just time to do some fun spring cards. So here can be the first two. Okay, do you remember playing Leapfrog? How adorable is this? So we're going to use masking and do this fun little game. And then how about this little surprise card? So we're going to unlatch this. Sure, we got to turn it around. Open it again. And is that just the cutest little baby card? Because see, the baby is covered. And then it's open. So you could use another little animal and cover whatever, and then put a little heart or any little message there. So just a fun idea. So we'll get started. Of course, I have to find my things. Okay, this first set, you know how much mileage I've gotten out of this set. It's an Easter set, but I would use it for way more things than just Easter. So I am going to stamp first the bunny. We're going to build from the top down, not this up. Okay. Of course, if it was the other way and he's leaping, it would just be behind him. So it's really kind of whatever part of Leapfrog that you are trying to catch. But I'm trying to catch where he's coming over so you really see what it is. I don't know how many of us watching this could actually do this now. But boy, I remember thinking this was just really fun to do as a child. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my bunny, and then I'm going to stamp him again on the sticky part of a Post-it note. Okay, and that can be really faint. It just doesn't matter. So then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut off just the bottom. And when I cut these, I just stick them in my container so that I won't have to cut a new one. And if I were going to make a whole bunch of these cards, I would have stamped once, and then I would cut about 3 Post-it notes together. So as they lose their stickiness, I have another one ready to go. And I'm going to cut right on the gray line, or even a little bit in, because there's always that little gap if you're being fussy. I'm never being fussy when I'm on video, because I'm working too fast. Okay, and this is the only part I need. Now, I would cut out the whole thing if I wanted to put like 3 of these characters in a row. Then I'd want the whole thing. But because I only am going to care that the lamb goes under this part, I am now going to put this right there. And now I will take the lamb, and then wherever I put this on is going to determine at what point the Leapfrog is doing. But I thought this bunny really looked like he was doing the Leapfrog bit. So, okay, so this is stamped on here. And look, isn't that fun? Now again, I will just open this up, stick this inside, and then I'll have to do it again. Now, Rebecca says she could do it now if the person under her would be okay spending time in a body cast after she fell on them. Yeah. We could make some pretty entertaining videos, I suppose. Have you seen those videos where people recreate their childhood pictures? Yeah, this could work for that. Now, so for coloring for this one, I just wanted to make it really fast. So I didn't color the whole thing in, and I like to do different things different times. So I just went around the edges here. I'm using Petal Pink, which isn't really very pinkish. It's kind of like a brownish pink, but I think it's really fun because it's kind of a different color. So you can see I'm just kind of doing some of the different outlines here. And then I'm taking my color lifter. Sandy says, thanks for showing it again. And I thought, it's funny how we can forget things. Sometimes I'll just bring the color lifter through if I'm doing something like this, because it just helps blend it out a little more. So I don't know if you can tell much, but when it dries, it'll just be a little bit more spread. And then I'm going to do the same with my smoky slate for the little lamb. I think these are just, and I never even did color the bow. How about that? That doesn't really matter. See how quickly I'm going over this? So, this is, who likes to color and who doesn't. But I like coloring like this, that isn't very exact. And then I'll go over that again. And I think on the gray, it might show it a little more. But when it dries, you can just see this one looks softer than this one. And you see, that's what the color lifter will do. But that'll be enough of that, because we will move it right along. And so then I was trying to think of what to pair this with, and I thought, oh, the gingham just sounded just right for this kind of card. So my base card is in the petal pink, and then I have, because I went 1/4 inch down, 5 1/4 by 4 of the smoky slate, and then these would be 1/4 inch narrower than that, so this would be 3 3/4 wide. And then I believe this is 2 inches, and this is probably 3 1/4. But, it doesn't matter. You just cut it wherever. You could, if you were making 2 cards, I would cut these the same and then just cut them somewhere and just, well, yeah, maybe that doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't matter. So then I will put these on. All of these papers will be closing out and replaced with new papers. But you see how this is just built up? And then I just added time to celebrate. I figure we're really going to be celebrating when we can be together again. So how fun. This would be a card I could send to someone. Yay, we can meet for coffee again. Let's go celebrate. So, and of course, this would be a Charming Child's card too, but adults will get a kick out of it too. It's kind of a throwback card to things that we used to do. Okay, so this next one, this idea came from a card. I think it was Julie Buller. I think that it is, I just changed it, but I just loved her idea. So this is adapted from there, but I just love how you open this up and you don't know what's there. I mean, it just seems a little odd, but when you open it, you see the baby. And then you open it this way. So we're opening it 2 different ways. And welcome, little one. So this card, to make this, I just picked, I think this is about like 2 3/4 by 4 maybe. I just picked a size. You know what I did? I stamped this guy first, and then I just picked a size around him. So, I know some of you really like to have sizes, and I love to say, it
is what it is.
It is what it is. And I often start from whatever the center point of my card is going to be, and then go from there. And I'm not coloring it in. If I wanted to add a little color to this, I think a great way to do it would be to use a blender pen, but I don't have one out here. Usually I do, because I thought I could quick show that.
Find one?
Sure. If you want to go find one, it'd be great. And then I'm using some of this lovely paper. I love the accent of the blue here, as this is kind of a, it's kind of all in browns, but I thought that blue really makes a nice addition. So I'm going to put this on the top. Quick and easy. It's just what I like for cards. It is my favorite. So then this piece is 5 1/2 by 3/4 inch. I thought I scored it. I didn't. So I'm going to, I'm going to just do this. Okay. So I'm going to just fold it, and that will be good. Nope, that blender pen is the pen part. That's going to be too much water for this.
That's not a blender pen?
No, that is an aqua painter. We'll work. Should we give you? We could give Tim a quiz sometime.
Really? What's a blender pen?
It's more looks like a pen, but it's clear. Okay. And you know where they'd be? They'd be in those pull-out. Oh, it's the same place where you found that. Okay. So to decide where to put this, I'm going to put my adhesive on this part, and then I'm going to put this where I want it. Okay, because I want to cover the baby, because that's where the surprise is. So how cool is that? So that is on there, and then I can add my inside. And then I'll add, since this was 3/4 inch wide, this is going to be a 1/2 inch wide, and I think it's going to be too long too, which is just fine because we will, I'll just trim it. It's going to say I'll tear it, but I'll trim it and I'll do it so it looks better probably from that end. And okay. And then to put my little thing on, I just took one of these and I added, oh, Angie needs to make some baby cards, so these would be fun. Oh, yes. Oh, Kathy said I showed up with closed captioning today. I've been wishing for that. Oh, I wish I knew what I'd done, because I think I just showed up the same way as always. I've been asked about that before. I said, do you think I know anything about that? So, hey, that's pretty hilarious if that worked. And I'm going to put 2 or 3. Let's see. Let's do 3 on here because I want it to. Yes, there it is. This one. But either one would work. But okay, because then I'm just going to put this over here. And look, it'll be just enough to close it. Isn't that awesome? That's all it needs. And if I wanted to add any color to this, let's just make sure there's no color on it. One never knows. Okay, it's fine. Just wanted to show how this could add just a little color in here. It has been, it's gotten pretty dry, but if I re-inked my stamp and did this, it would show up a whole lot more. But isn't that cool? You can just add a little shading that way and it just goes so nicely with the card. So that is that card. Oh, somebody else doesn't have closed caption. Okay, it's on your end. See, I don't know. Kathy, you'll have to tell us what you did. So the last stamp set that I thought we would both work with, I thought, I hadn't used the stamp set, but now that everyone's homeschooling, I think everyone could use a little pickup, for that. And thought these were just some cute things. And so we've got books, of course, which we love. We have all these things and some great words like just checking on you, just a little note, starting a new chapter, check you out. So what I decided to do with this was to make a fun little card for my neighbor. We have a neighbor girl who is, I don't know how old she is, 10 maybe?
She's probably 11
getting
now.
older.
She just had a birthday.
But she has been outside. I'm looking for here's my stamp and my ink. She's been outside on stilts. Who here had kids on stilts, or have you ever learned stilts? When our son was young, he and a neighbor girl learned to do stilts, and they were actually featured on the local news talk show. As ideas of what to do. Anyway, it was pretty funny. So yeah, they went on and did a little stilt show. So here's my, okay, so I'm going to stamp this little owl. I'm adding glasses just because I think they're so cute and it adds a little more color. Just gonna put that over. And then I thought, okay, and he's going to be on stilts. So, to do the stilts, I stuck a ruler and a marker.
And she used this instead of a yardstick.
I did. I looked for, and look, it's even a Stampin' Up! One from years ago, Okay, so he is on stilts. So this first one is going to go like this. That's going to be pretty good. Okay, so there's the stilt, and he's good. He's up pretty high. I think he's actually more like Tim. He thinks he's good. We love to tease Tim about that. Okay, so, because look, his feet just aren't going to reach this next one. So then I just decided, as long as his hands reach it, it's going to be like, yeah, he's kind of not doing so well. I thought. But isn't that hilarious? I thought it's just cute, and it's a summer activity. And then I would write a note about, we notice what everyone's doing nowadays because most people aren't out. So I'm going to do this that says check you out, because then we can say, oh my goodness, you have learned to do this so well, or something like that, or it's been so fun watching you on your stilts, just something. But check you out, like anything that kids have learned, maybe something new over this sheltering in place time. So this would be just a fun way to recognize kind of anything. And I just wanted to show how you can just take any idea and then create something around it. So I'll do the check you out. And I will pop that up. And, and so like I'm doing this. Now think of all the other things. I could see him going across, doing tricks, or like on a trampoline would be fun. You could do trampoline, or on a tightrope. Kids like to string it. So it's just kind of the idea. So then there's my little check you out, and add him to the card, and there he is. So that's my idea for just celebrating something new and fun.
Do you want a paper towel or?
Probably, because you know what I just did? I licked my finger to clean this off. Oh, we're not supposed to touch our face. Oh my goodness, how did I do that? I'm being so good about that. Okay, it's a good thing you didn't see that.
And she
There's yours.
she rubbed it on her pajama bottoms.
Of course, because I'm dressed in the top half.